Hey everybody, welcome to the video game news report. It is Friday, March 22nd, and so much crap happened this week. A lot of stuff happened this week, so I'm gonna be a little anxious to get through this. Also, I snuck home so that I could record this for you guys. Don't tell my boss. But yeah, lots of stuff happened this week, so I'm gonna be going through it pretty frantically because holy crap, a lot happened. Sekiro Shadows Die Twice launched today. That is a From Software game that is being published by Activision. The game is very well received. It's got an 89 Metacritic. Lots of people are super excited about this game. I'm looking at it through the lens of someone who hasn't really interacted much with the Dark Souls, Soulsborne games. I think that this is very much going to be like those, and if you do like the Soulsborne games, then you will probably enjoy Sekiro. If you have always been a little bit hesitant about playing a Soulsborne game because you hear they're difficult and they're hard and they're tedious, then I think this might be a good entry point because I don't think it's going to be as slow and methodical, but maybe it is. Someone correct me down below when you play it. If I didn't already have a game I was playing, then I would definitely pick it up. So I'm going to keep this in my games calendar because 89 is right about where I say, screw it. I enjoy video games, and if it's got like an 89 or above, I'm probably going to pick it up. But I'm currently playing a couple other games, and I definitely think that this is a good entry point for me. I think from what I've seen, it looks like the character progression is less like stat-based and more perk based, which I kind of prefer that in an RPG as opposed to bolstering stats, like the traditional Soulsborne games have been. But yeah, game looks super awesome. Hopefully you see it on the stream at some point. Let me know if you pick it up and what your comments are. I'm definitely super excited for it. Yeah, I definitely want to pick that up. So yeah, that's what happened today. Going back a little bit further in the week, I believe on Tuesday, at the beginning of the week. Well, Tuesday's not the beginning. But on Tuesday, Google did the opening ceremony for Google did the opening ceremony for GDC, which happened this week, and they went out talking about their cloud-based gaming console, I guess, platform. I don't know quite what it is, but yeah, they talked about it. The biggest questions I had about it were latency, and it seems like they've got that figured out because they're freaking Google. And they showed off the controller. The controller doesn't look blocky or weird at all. What else? They talked about reviving couch co-op. They talked about that it was going to have 10.7 teraflops for all those teraflop counters out there. The Xbox One has 6 teraflops, and the PS4 Pro has 4.2 teraflops. And so the big claim to fame for them was that the Stadia will have, on one processor, will have 10.7 teraflops, making it more powerful than the Xbox One and PlayStation 4 Pro combined. Yeah, that's very big, very impressive. They showed off a cool multiplayer thing. They said they were bringing couch co-op back because they say that couch co-op has been dying because the processing power to play like dual screens has gotten so high that it's hard for like one console to run that. So the couch co-op's kind of been going away, and they say they're going to bring it back, which I'm super excited about. I'm super excited about everything, like I always swear I need like a super excited email. Every time I say it, someone poke me. But yeah, that all sounds super. That all sounds very interesting. The one thing that they brought out id Software, creators of Doom, and Doom Eternal was up and running and playing on it. That looked awesome. I am excited for Doom Eternal. I thought I would get it in May this year, but I don't, unless they are going to announce sometime later. It has been 3 years because I think Doom came out in 16, May of 16, if I'm not mistaken. Correct me below if I'm wrong. But yeah, The one thing that I didn't get out of it, that after I got the latency, I checked that off. After I knew processing power, I checked that off. The next two things I needed to know that I didn't get answered after the whole thing was price point and content. The fun thing was this week at work, we were all determining whether or not it's going to be whether it's going to be the Netflix of streaming. I've heard that so many times this week that if I got $1 for each time I heard it, I'd probably be able to buy Google. But is it going to be the Netflix of streaming? Is it going to be a platform? Is it going to be another platform like Steam where you buy the $60 game and then you can just play it on the Google Stadia platform? That could be interesting. Or is there going to be an Xbox? There's going to be an Xbox Game Pass type subscription that you buy into. I think there's obviously going to be a like monthly subscription to give you access to this like Google service, because they have to be you have to be paying for the platform somehow. And then after that, then you pay $60. I don't know how the consumers are going to feel about, oh, I'm paying $5 a month and then I'm also have to pay $60 just to play the game. I don't know how consumers will react to that kind of pay model. This is all speculation. None of this is cement in stone. There's also, is there just going to be a unlimited access to all the content on the internet, in which case it's not going to be $5 a month. It's going to be something, I don't know. I said $60 a month, but I know that's BS. I don't know, $20 a month. What would you pay for access to like Google's, however many titles Google can get their hands on? How much would you pay to get access to that content a month? Yeah, I wonder what it is. I also don't know the price tag on the controller. The controller looked pretty cool. I don't know why it had the Konami code on the bottom. Apparently, if you go to their website and you type in the Konami code, you get brought to a different part of the website. I'm not quite sure. But Google Stadia looks promising, but like I said, the things that determine whether or not I'm going to be using your platform for playing video games is content and price. And I don't have those yet, so I'm kind of like reserving, is this the greatest thing to ever happen versus, is it just another platform? And I have a Steam account, I don't use it. I don't have an Epic account. Is this just going to be another account that I have with like super powerful processing? I don't know. But the processing power, the tech demos, all that kind of stuff looks super cool. Oh, the one thing I forgot to say was like they showed a processing power demo of like how they can switch from like one CPU to like multiple CPUs, and of course Google can do that because it's just shelling out server space to a farm somewhere. So yeah, why would your game only need to be run on one processor? It can be run on 12. So yeah, Google has a lot of potential to do something do something crazy here. Pardon me. So yeah, that's Google Stadia. Those are my thoughts. And then last but certainly not least of the big things, the big news that I consider for this week, Nintendo had another Nindy showcase. They had two people come on and they talked for like 25 minutes. They talked about like a whole bunch of games that are coming out. And I kind of went through this in my write-up, like starting to enjoy the Nindy showcases more than I enjoy the Nintendo Directs. The reason is that it's a whole bunch of content that's usually like bite-sized or something like smaller that I can invest that have very little like investment for me to get what I want out of those games, and the price points are usually lower, right, for indie games. So I am enjoying these a little bit better than the Nintendo Directs. Nintendo Directs I expect to see big AAA Nintendo IP driven stuff, but I don't know when that content is coming out. These ones I know, like whenever they do an indie showcase, all the content that they show, which is like rapid fire, they show like 10 or 20 games in 20 minutes. And I know that most of those games I'm going to see in the next 3 to 6 months, which just excites me. I'm always excited to see that. And I made this little comparison about like I'd rather pay $20 for a 10-hour game than $60 for a 30-hour game. And I know that I don't know. Thinking back on it now, it kind of seems rudimentary. Of course you would. It's less commitment, but yeah, I'm just super excited, and I think it's the platform too. Uh, I don't know why, but my Nintendo Switch is just my platform for $20 games. And I'm gonna play any game that I want to play for 10 hours. I'm okay with playing in portable mode, and if it's anything longer than that, then I probably want to play it on my PlayStation for time commitment. Um, yeah, and then coming out of all of those games that came out, Cuphead was the lead one, and oh my god, I didn't even think that like Cuphead would be an awesome port for the Switch. I probably thought about it in 2017 when Cuphead came out, but I just how could I forget that like Cuphead could easily be ported to the Switch? And now I want to play that game so much. Oh my god, please give it to me. I think it comes out in April, but I want that game so bad. I wanted to play Cuphead. I gave away my Xbox One, and now it's like I want to play Cuphead. I want to play Cuphead, and now I can. I can play with friends. I can play with two people on a big screen somewhere because I brought my dock with me. Yeah. Just I want to play Cuphead so bad, and playing it on the Switch seems like the perfect place to play it. And then last, the final thing was a Crypt of the Necrodancer game that is tied to Legend of Zelda called Cadence of Hyrule, and it does the same thing that Crypt of the Necrodancer does. I think Crypt of the Necrodancer came out 4 years ago, I think, and it was like a Zelda. It was like a Zelda game because it was like a dungeon crawler, but like you could only move to the beat. So you'd have this like beat like dan 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 dan. I don't know what song that was. But you could only move on the duns. It was such a cool idea, and the fact that they're bringing in some IP that I think is relevant and would actually carry me into playing it. Now it looks like a cool Legend of Zelda dungeon crawler that I can do to the beat of Nintendo in the Legend of Zelda songs. So I'm excited for that game too. Maybe that one's coming out in April and Cuphead's coming sooner. I don't remember what the dates are. Correct me below. But both of those games are coming out soon, and I want both of them. And I never played Crypt of the Necrodancer because I think it came out on, I don't know if it was Steam exclusive or PlayStation, but like I was saying, like the Switch is my indie console, and if I want to play indie games, I'm going to play them on the Switch. And if it's not an indie game, then I'm probably going to play it on my bigger, powerful console, either PlayStation more preferably. But yeah, I'm just really exciting. I'm really excited to see the Nintendo indie showcases. Like they excite me now. I want to see one every 3 months. I want to know all the games that are coming in the next 3 months, and I want to play them because most of them. Because even if they rapid fire out 20 games, I'm gonna play I'm gonna want to play 2 or 3 of them, and in 3 months, Nintendo has sold me $60 worth of game, and I'm excited for the small bite-sized games that I can play constantly. And then I was even talking about like most of the games I'm buying on Nintendo don't have an end to them. Like I'm looking forward to Slay the Spire. Like there's no end to that game. Dead Cells, no end to the game. Darkest Dungeon. Okay, you can finish one playthrough, but you can play through it an infinite number of times. Into the Breach is like you play through one like quick campaign on capturing all the islands, and then once you capture all the islands, you play through with a different squad or a different difficulty. Super long play times on these games. So, yeah. So the Nintendo Nindy games are just like these infinite games that I can pay $20 for and get infinite enjoyability out of. Yeah, that's it for the Nindy showcase. But I'm just everything that comes out in this, everything that I want on the Switch specifically. All the indie games that I want them on the Switch, and I want to play them infinitely because I enjoy playing my Switch and using to play those. Speaking of Nintendo Directs, PlayStation is doing a Direct on Monday, March 25th. Because they won't be at, I mean, I don't know this for certain, but because they won't be at E3, I'm wondering if this will kind of serve as that. So I'm fingers crossed hoping for The Last of Us 2 to come out, or at least give us a date on that. Not come out, but give us a date on when Last of Us 2 is coming out. I'm wondering if this is the opportunity to talk about PS5, especially if they want to drop it, in 2020 sometime, early 2020. Like this would be your opportunity to talk about it. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to what they have to say. Should be interesting. Yeah. Will this permanently replace them at E3? I don't know. But yeah, This is what they're doing. I believe this is what they're doing instead of E3. So I wonder what all the hype is for, and if they're skipping E3, what they're going to say in the meantime. CDP had like a random post that I saw today. CD Projekt Red, the people behind Witcher 3, and the ones that are going to be behind Cyberpunk 2077, said both of their games are coming out before 2021, which begs the question, what's the second game? So they say it's another AAA action RPG game, much like Cyberpunk. And yeah, what is this second game that we haven't heard of before? Cyberpunk, they've been building up hype for since like 2014, if not sooner, 2012 maybe. Like, it's taken them this long to just build up hype for Cyberpunk 2077, and in the meantime, they've just been building up another game. I don't even know what that second game could be. So, just what? There's a second game? Like, Cyberpunk's already going to be massive. Ugh, yeah. I hope they don't shoot themselves in the foot by releasing two very similar games in the same time period. But yeah, I'm just excited about Cyberpunk 2077. You only needed to do that. Trust me, CDP, you've got all the kudos in the world. Giving me Cyberpunk 2077 is enough. But if you got a second game, cool. I trust you to be able to crank that crap out. Randomly and organically, last night I was flipping through Twitch, and I saw Paradox was giving like a dev talk about a game they're working on. So I went on and I started watching it for a little bit. And they're talking about a new Vampire the Masquerade game that's coming out. I am a diehard, like anybody who knows anything about me, I like Legend of Zelda and I like vampires, and maybe by extension all undead things. I think you've seen me play plenty of zombie games on stream. I love zombies and vampires. And I was a huge fan of Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines when it came out to PC like 10 years ago, I think. I have the soundtrack CD somewhere around here. Huge fan. They're making a second one. And I don't remember. Q1 2020. It's coming less than 12 months away. Oh my god, I'm so excited. I really liked it because of I like the RPG aspect. I like the different types of vampires you could be, like super in depth. It wasn't just like you're a vampire, here's all your stats. It was like there was different types of vampires. There was like more feral kind, which looked and behaved more like werewolves, and there was like the prim and proper Twilight vampires. Yeah, oh my god, I can't be any more excited. They said something about the setting is changing. I believe the last one was set like in the LA area. I hope it's still in LA, but I'll let it be anywhere it needs to be. I'll let it be in New York or whatever. I just want to play more vampire RPG stuff. So, looking forward to seeing that. So excited. We got 22 minutes of SteamWorld Quest, the latest in the SteamWorld games that are coming out. SteamWorld Quest is their next game. It's their attempt at an RPG. All of the games have been different, and I think I've talked about this before. This next one is like an RPG card battler. Super cool. Weird design. I always like when they take, like, a game studio takes their IP and then takes it somewhere different, and that's what they've been doing with SteamWorld. It's kind of like what I think of like Supergiant. Like, they always do a different game. I know Bastion and Transistor. Those are different games. Yeah, I like Supergiant because in the third one, Pyre was like a sports game. Like, I like Supergiant. Supergiant kind of reminds me of the SteamWorld people. I don't know the studio behind SteamWorld. Tell me down below who it is, or I'll Google it. But their SteamWorld Quest is an RPG. 22 minutes of gameplay was shown this RPG card battler. Last few things. GOG, in response to Vampire the Masquerade getting announced, is having a vampire-based sale. So if you want to get all your DRM-free PC games, go to GOG, pick up some bloody good games. And last but certainly not least, I saw that the Xbox One controller, their Bluetooth controller, is only $38 this week. So pick that up. I don't know if you can use it playing Google Stadia. I don't remember what they said about their controller layout, but I'm looking forward to that. Be sure to, if you want a cheap controller that you can use with your PC and or Xbox console, $38 for Xbox One controller is good. Cool. Thanks for stopping by. I hope you're watching this on Friday live, although this one I'm a little bit off time. I usually record these a little bit later in the afternoon. I hope you're watching live on my Twitch channel. A like would go a long way, or a follow would go a long way. And I have emotes now, so if you want to subscribe, you get all those cool emotes to represent me, and take my emotes to the or the Twitchverse and spread them around. I put a lot of time and effort into them. And if you're watching this recorded on my YouTube page, a like and a subscribe goes a long way there. Yeah, I appreciate you watching this. Feel I left anything out? If you want to talk to me about any of the news that happened this week, feel free to leave it in the comments below. And thank you for stopping by. Bye. Have a super day. Have a super weekend. A super day.